Scouts Canada around the world in 60 days. Challenge number 3, water De-Nile. This week we are in Egypt. We are the Kirkland Scout Group. When we asked the Cubs about what they know about Egypt, the first thing that they said was the pyramids. The pyramids are 4,500 years old, and they're located in Giza near Cairo. The second thing that the Cubs mentioned was the Sphinx. Archaeologists think that the Sphinx was made for the pharaoh Khafre. The third thing that the Cubs mentioned was the desert. The Sahara Desert stretches across all of the northern part of Africa and also Egypt. The fourth thing that the Cubs mentioned was the River Nile. The River Nile is 6,693 kilometers. It stretches across all of Egypt. On the left is Egypt. As you can see, the River Nile is stretching across Egypt into the Mediterranean Sea. On the right, the green represents all of the vegetation of Egypt. 99% people live near the Nile where it's green. The rest is all desert. The Nile was so important for them to grow crops, so they even made a god for it. The name of the god was Happy, and she was a female to represent fertility. As you can see in all of these pictures, Happy has a beard. It was normal for females to have a beard back then. For example, Queen Hatshepsut also had a beard.
So Robbie, on the left you have a thing called a shadoof, and that's a picture of one. And on the right is a representation from hieroglyphics in Egypt. And you'll notice that they're very similar. And do you know what the idea of it was?
It's to transfer water somewhere?
Correct. So you're taking water from the Nile and then you're putting it on your crops.
Oh, okay.
So this is a really good example. On the left, the guy's really reaching down, okay, to get some water, and he's bringing water like 6 feet up. Mm-hmm. And on the right, you see he's a bit closer, but he's got a canal, and you see all the irrigation behind him. And it's all green everywhere for as far as you can see. So this is an actual working shadoof, Ravi. It's made from really knotty branches and stuff. And he's got probably a bag of rocks as a weight. And the guys are bringing up the water. In this case, there's 2 guys. So you see, it's empty, it's light to bring down, and then it gets heavy. So that's when the rock helps you. Look, there's another one behind it. It means they're going even higher. I mean, you could have these one by one right after another and bring water up. They're probably 20 feet from the Nile there, but they figured it out. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So one of them just brings it out of the Nile, and then the other one brings it up to the crops. It's pretty cool.
Well, the other one has another 6 feet to go. And look at the water.
Yeah.
It's easier to pull something, and then when the water's in there, it pulls it up. Like that.
Why is it going down a big mountain?
Well, it doesn't go down a big mountain. It goes up maybe a few meters. Because the Nile, there's no mountains near the Nile. It's all just flat. Okay, Robbie. So this represents the Nile River. Okay, that's the water. And the problem is that the banks are very high all along the Nile River, and you need the water to go over. Now, the Nile River does flood, and it brings a lot of great silt to grow crops with. Yeah. But most of the time it's not flooded. And so they needed a way to bring the water up higher, right? So they have the weight on that side. So go ahead and fill it up. That's it. Now you see, when you're lifting it up, that weight is making that water a lot lighter. Yeah, so lift it up. See, it's balanced now. And so dump that water into the other bin. There you go. That's it. And now what you do is you do that all day and you water the crops, okay? Now up here, I've noticed it'll be lashed up, and we have a tripod because it's harder to it would be hard to like put these into the ground. And so shadoofs actually only have 2 legs standing up usually, and they planted them into the ground. So this represents the, you know what that represents here? That represents the high banks, and it would be a trough that would go to all the water. So you just keep doing that all day. The idea is that it's easier to pull down something heavy than to pull something up that's heavy. And so that's why you have the weight on the end. All right, bud?
Yeah.
So Robbie, here's our challenge. We had the Cubs and Beavers. We had 2 teams of each. There's you running across.
Yep.
Running a race to fill the bucket. And this was to represent what?
The shadoof.
Yeah, I mean, you're going from one place to another. You're not lifting it up. I had the model of the shadoof.
Wait, that beaver! The
Yeah.
beaver just took our water. What the heck?
I didn't notice that. Yeah, but
That's why we
yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
And then he brought it back to our bucket.
Did he really?
Yep.
Okay.
That's why we lost.
All right. So you understand that there's that beaver. Look, he's in the wrong lane. He's 4 lanes over. All right. So the point was to understand how farmers need to move water around.
Yeah.
Right? Good, bud. There's you again. Go, go, go!
The kid's helping us. We did it. We're done.
Are you done? No way. You're done? You have to tip it up, tip it up. There's still some water left. Tip it up. Tip it up. There's none. Oh my goodness. Wow, wow, wow. Looks like McCall's team won. Nice. Yeah. You know, I think McCall's team got help from beavers. They were filling your bucket. Yeah. Very nice.
One kid kept helping us and like,
Yeah.
and then we saw 50 like, hey guys, I'm helping you.
Oh yeah.
We are the Kirkland Scout Group.